Hi everyone, this is Hillary Ellers from Lightwork Studio, and I am continuing the last lesson. This is a continuation of the lesson Humans, Space Beings, and Devas, and I really suggest you watch that last lesson, lesson number 6, before watching this one. So we are starting to talk now about space beings. And there's many different ideas and philosophies about them, what they're doing here, why they're here, are they here? Some people wonder. I hardly can imagine now why people would even wonder if they're here. It's so evident, and there's so much evidence mounting that they're here. So one of the ideas about why space beings are here is that they are developing a new species of humans. And I believe that some of the space beings here are doing that. Why they're doing that is an open question. Like, perhaps they are wanting to invigorate their own society, or bring new vitality into their own group. Perhaps they are trying to develop a type of human that can live off Earth easier. And I really believe that if we really mess up on our planet, worse than we even have, and our planet, pardon me, is not habitable, that I really believe the space beings will help us. And I think that they will take at least some of us away from here if we mess up the earth. And some people believe that's already happened, that the humans here may have come from Mars or some other planet that got messed up. A lot of people believe that space beings are sort of unemotional and unfeeling. And I do think they're certainly not as feeling on some levels as the Devas are that we've been talking about. But I want to tell you a story that I experienced, about something I experienced. And I like to go to the beach, and I like to go to the panhandle of Florida. I really feel that there is some kind of energy vortex there, and I feel it very strongly. I'm very sensitive to it. So I was at the beach when this happened, staying at a friend's condo, and I had just awoken, and I was walking down these stairs, and you know how in some buildings, where there are stairs, there's windows, and you can look out as you walk down the stairs. And this condo was like that. So as I went down the stairs, I looked out the window at all the sand dunes and sea oats, and just how beautiful it was. And all of a sudden, in the sand dune, I saw a face. And the face just sort of emerged out of the shape of the sand dunes. And this face was the face of an ET, and a woman. I knew with all my being this was a female. And I was so struck, deeply struck by her. And I felt like she was a mother to me, that she mothered me, and that I had a relationship with her that she was mother, and my heart, oh my gosh, it was such a heartfelt experience. And she didn't say anything, but just the contact, just looking at her and feeling her energy was so powerful for me. And I feel if I have that much emotional reaction to her, I believe she must be also a feeling being. And I also have the sense that another way that ETs connect with us is that some of them are not born in human bodies, and yet they walk among us. And I really believe that. And I think that the ones who are here like that look like us. And from appearance, we would not notice any difference that they are not human. I feel that the ones who come in like that and aren't born as humans come in for very special reasons, and I feel they come in for a shorter period of time than an entire lifetime. And my sense is that they come in sometimes to observe us, just as you perhaps our scientists observe any kind of species of animal or bird or fish. I think the ETs just observe us, and I think they study us. And my sense is sometimes they come in to directly help us. And my feeling is that the ETs often become attracted to places in which they can contribute to our society. And sometimes that might be having to do with science or medicine, something of that nature, and they blend in and help bring in the new frontiers of our sciences and medicines. And certainly I don't think that all of our headway we make is because of the ETs, but I really, really believe they help, that they are helping. And some people are afraid of ETs, and they think that, that something dire will happen, something horrible will happen when they're here. Like they will try to take over or control us or take away our planet. And my sense is very strongly that that's not likely to happen. For one thing, I feel if they really wanted to do that, it would have already happened, because they are so far ahead of us technologically. It would be no problem for them. It wouldn't even be a war. They could probably affect our thinking, our minds or something, and we just, give over whatever they wanted. I'm not at all afraid of ETs. Now, if I saw an ET, I might be afraid. Just, that shock or something. Although when I saw my mother, I wasn't afraid at all. But I saw, it wasn't as if she was, she wasn't really standing right there with me. So it's hard to say how any of us would react. And it's interesting because I have a belief that a lot of people wouldn't even see the ETs if they appear, because our brains have a capacity to block out something too shocking, too scary, and we just wouldn't even notice it. It just wouldn't appear to us. And I've had that experience happen at times when my mind just didn't let me see something that was just too much at that point, or I wasn't ready, to take in. So I believe that ETs work with families and bloodlines. And so if they're working with one person, they probably are also working with other members of their family. And my sense is that ETs, when they do work with us, they probably work with us from the time we're babies until we die, that they work with us for a lifetime. And I'm not quite sure why they choose the people or the families they choose to work with. I don't know why, but I feel, there's a reason for everything, and there's probably some definite reason when a person is chosen. One of the things that used to be talked about a lot, that isn't talked about so much now, is a little thing called an implant. And I don't know if you remember when implants were a lot more a topic of discussion and a question people wondered about. Implants are thought to be little things, and I'm saying things because we don't know what they are really. They are implanted in a person's body, usually not far below the skin surface. And my feeling is the implant is a kind of tracking device, that it helps the ETs find us or monitor us, something like that. My daughter had an implant, and it was so wild. Usually people have implants in their legs or something like that. She had an implant in her ear, and it was in the little fatty part of her ear. And it started working its way out, and she got it out, and I don't know why it was working its way out, or I don't know what it was about at all, but it looked like a piece of red glass. That's what it looked like. But what was really wild about it is that if you put your finger near it, it would wiggle away. It was wild. My husband sent the implant off to, and I don't remember how we tracked down a place to send it, but he sent it somewhere, and we never heard anything back about it. But I feel it was an implant from ETs, and mainly because of the way it behaved. It seemed to have some kind of programming or intelligence or something. It wasn't just something, in her body, some little foreign matter or something. So I want to suggest two different television shows. Sometimes I like to watch television to kind of let down, to sort of decompress. I guess that would be a good way to say it. And I don't watch many things, but two shows I like that I want to suggest to you. One, you may know about them already. One is called Ancient Aliens, and both of these shows are on the History Channel. And it is such an interesting show. If for nothing else, The photography is fantastic, just fantastic. It's like the best travelogue, you know, because in the show, the people who present the shows go all over the world, and they research and have footage of lots of archaeological sites and things like that, and it's just super interesting. And sometimes the material they bring in is just amazing. The one critique, or maybe a little bit of a criticism I have about them, is that sometimes it feels to me they tag too much on ETs. It's sort of like everything might have been caused by ETs. And I disagree with that in some ways, but it's still a great show, well worth watching. And the one show I loved was The Alien Brain. That was one of the ancient alien shows. And the other was I believe it was called the Transdimensionals, or like Ultradimensionals. I think it was Transdimensionals. That was a fascinating show. Now, what about ETs that do decide to become human? What are they about? And they certainly, I mean, they're human. They become human. They come into a human body and they take on a human focus. They take on the work of being a human. I believe that, first of all, it's easier for a space being to become a human and to embody a human body than it is for a Deva, although Devas do this too. The Devas are just wired up so differently than humans, but space beings are wired up just like humans. And the space beings and humans work mainly from our head centers, from our intellects, from our mentality. And so in that way, they are more like humans than Devas are. I feel that space beings become human for several reasons. One is like being a foreign exchange student, that they're here just learning about a different culture. They are here perhaps gathering information, kind of like an archaeologist would do, an anthropologist might do. And I feel they send energy from the earth and they send information from the earth back to where they come from. And now sometimes they're also here bringing in energy from their home place. And they're bringing in whatever energy they're about and contributing it to the earth. And sort of adding to our mix, the recipe, the energetic recipe that we have going on here. I feel they come into the earth and become human sometimes to review the past. And we are, I think, quite evidently less evolved than they are. They are a much older species than we are. And in our last lesson, I was talking about a message that an ET got through with the binary code. And this ET said that they were from 80,100 That was a year. A year, not a place. 80,100. So, and I really believe they're way, way ahead of us. So, what kind of qualities do ETs have? What are they like? The ETs that are less evolved can tend to be kind of snooty. They may look down their noses at humans, and they may feel superior, and they may have problems having feelings and emotions. They may be kind of unfeeling. The more advanced ETs who become human are not like that. In fact, the more advanced ETs have a lot of desire to help humanity, to be of service. And they are very much involved where discoveries, inventions, advancements, and breakthroughs are happening in our society. Now, what kinds of pursuits do ETs follow? This is not limited here. This is only an example of some things they might be drawn to, or some things that they would be interested in. Education, law, the sciences, mathematics, technology, inventions, engineers, the medical fields, military, space program, mentalist, investigators, researchers, and statisticians. So let's stop here for today, and we are going to pick up our lesson again in our next session, and we're going to be focusing on the Devas. So just find yourself in your body, and know that anything you need to do in order to relax, you can do. So if you need to stretch, if you need to change the position you are in, if you want to lay on the floor instead of sit up, or change the chair you're in, if you need to clear your throat or cough or scratch something itchy, whatever you need to do, you can do in order to support your body being comfortable and relaxed. And through our entire guided meditation, you can do whatever you need to do. You can do this without coming out of your meditation. Any sound that we hear, simply allow that sound to be part of our meditation. And the way I look at these sounds that happen sometimes, this is simply life unfolding around you. It's simply life happening. And give your meditation room and space for that. And now just relax into breathing. And feel how good it feels to breathe. Every incoming breath is bringing a soothing wave of relaxation through your entire body. Every incoming breath is bringing a soothing wave of relaxation through your entire body. Feel your body letting down. The muscles growing longer. Every outgoing breath is carrying with it all of the tension, all of the frustration, all of the concern of the day, washing out and away from you. And when you are very relaxed and you feel that you cannot relax more, find yourself relaxing even deeper. And now, from this deeply relaxed place, find yourself connecting with an ET. Allow yourself to be aware now of what this ET wants to share with you. Is it a particular kind of energy? Is it a particular bit of information? And be open to what this being wants to share with you. Just imagine you are aware. You are very in tune with the ET. And now, thank this being who has connected with you. Thank them. And now gradually begin to return and thank this being and hold whatever you have been given. Allow yourself to return to your physical body and find yourself safely anchored in your physical container. You are anchored safely back in your body, bringing everything you have experienced back with you. And when you are back, just let yourself open your eyes, and you might want to stretch or rub your face or rub your hands together, rub your legs. You know, I don't believe anyway that I've suggested this before, but I really would like you to make little notes about your meditations, and hopefully you have a journal of some kind that you may be taking notes about our work. But even if you don't do that, I'd like you to record your meditations. And thank you so much. Take care now.